Justin Hawkins writes again. Good day to you, it is I, Justin Hawkins. This is Justin Hawkins Writes Again, my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, receive the alerts and the notifications, and keep coming back. So, today I'm talking about something that happens frequently. I often see it when I'm at a concert. Doesn't happen that often to us. I think people are quite respectful, really, of the boundaries that are, implied, but also explicit boundaries, often policed by security. I'm talking about people who get up on the stage and they stage crash. Have you heard of this? Stage crashers. Not stage divers, not to be confused with those guys. Stage crashers, the ones that come up and they're like, actually that's happened to me before. Someone comes up and then they're like, yeah, I'm on stage. And, depending on which country you're in, they can be quite intimidating, I think. What if they're armed? But most of the time it's just like a drunk guy don't know how it's happened, but they've got up there. Sometimes it's like a relative of the band. That has happened before. But they're just they're vibing. I'm going to just show you a few examples of this happening, and let's decide how we feel about it based on... Let's treat each case individually on its own merits, and discuss henceforth. Fucking hell. So I've seen this before. I've mentioned this when I was doing my Liam Gallagher one. I saw Gallagher. Sorry, I saw Oasis very, very early on, and people were doing this. I think the trouble with that part of the 90s is probably sort of plays into a little bit of the lad culture of that time. Wearing tracksuits, swearing, saying things like "fucking shine." It was, the people that really that it spoke to. Maybe they let's say they weren't necessarily rocket scientists. That's just a fact. And I think that lad yob culture. It was fun for a lot of different reasons. People were just really slating each other in the press. It was really, really good fun. But I think when the sort of wearing a tracksuit and being a dumbass extends into not observing the boundaries, it's clearly laid out by venues up and down the country, and then shoving. What did he shove? Is it Noel Gallagher in the back that got shoved there? Fucking hell. That's pretty bad. And then going for Liam. Imagine just going up and shoving somebody off the stage. It's kind of like... It probably is a symptom of the lad culture stuff, but it's still really out of order. I can imagine that the Oasis' security probably gave him a right hiding after that. I know, Liam's going to give him a twatting on his own. His chest's out. He's peacock walking up behind him. He's doing that thing I sometimes do, like when somebody's like saying something, I'm like, yeah, fucking come on in. But I always make sure I'm standing like with somebody here to sort of stop me. And come on in, like that. It's that kind of stuff. Basically, I think. An experienced police officer would call that handbags at dawn. I think it's what it does when someone comes in and shoves you off your own stage. It's just humiliating, isn't it? Fuck you now. Why would somebody want to just go up and jump on your back? You know what? If you're going to stage crash at a Rammstein concert, you better be wearing an asbestos costume, because you're very likely to get a bit crispy around the pores. There's so much pyro in that thing, and you've got to be standing in the right place. I think they're all licensed fire performers. Can you get a license for that? That's what I heard anyway. They're basically all licensed pyrotechnicians. So if you go up there and you go to shove one of them out of the way, or shove one of them, you might be pushing them into a flame. How are you going to feel about that? Oh, but he's just climbing. But what's he hoping to do? What's the green t-shirt man going to do when he gets up there? Go, I'm on stage, but I'm not Rammstein. It's like, it's going to go down like a cup of cold sick. Get down, you fucking idiot. Oh my God, it's like an episode of the American Gladiators, only with a what's his company called? Showsec, probably. Looks like a Showsec uniform. Wow, and he's brought him down. It's brilliant. And that is good. He's probably saved his life there, because he will burn. He will burn!
Guess they haven't seen him up here on stage for the last 90 minutes. He's in the band!
Oh my God. The security people got a bit overzealous and took one of Anthrax off. I think that's it's just an unfortunate case of mistaken identity. It happens, you know. In every trade it happens. Whoa. During a ballad as well. A run and dive. A real takedown. I don't know. It's just so hard to sort of establish what a stage crasher's intention is. Half the time it's just because they're a bit of a bell end. The other half of the time they might be sort of malicious. They might be coming up there to spike your mid-song water with something psychedelic, and then you'll have like 24 hours of just hallucinations and you won't know where you are. You might have a full-on existential meltdown, all because, you know, I suppose that's why the security are overzealous in a lot of instances. I mean, at the end of the day, it is kind of trespassing in a way, is it? It's fairly obvious. It should be obvious where you're supposed to be, you know. Although I do like to encroach on the, you know, the audience's side of things and have a little swim amongst them. And sometimes I will get people up, but I do think it's sort of like an invitation-only thing. And you've got to read the room. You've got to read the room. I think that's it. I think if somebody's so incapable of reading the room that they get up on stage and think it's all right to sort of have a little dance about behind the band, then yeah, they're probably dangerously daft or, you know, worse. So they're going to probably get rugby tackled if the security know what they're doing. There are places where it just doesn't happen. Nottingham Rock City is a place where that just wouldn't happen. So a man gets up on the stage with his arse out. That's quite a feat, actually. Have you ever tried taking your trousers down and then running to the toilet, for example? I've made that mistake before. You've got to do it the other way around. But he's actually managed to get up on the stage with his arse on display. It's kind of impressive, actually. And then he gets taken down and the music doesn't even stop. That's a good security man, that, isn't it? This guy is so determined. It takes 3 men to wrestle him to the ground and then eventually persuade him to leave the stage. I would guess he's going to get his head kicked in now. My God, it must be such a laugh to be a security man. That's just brilliant. What a takedown. It's basically like a spectacle now. I mean, it's baddies against goodies. The baddies are wearing black leather jackets and the goodies are wearing brilliant American blue security company shirts. Let battle commence. Innocently, he looked like he was about to drape something on the singer there, but or maybe he was just sort of gently waving a flag, trying to raise some awareness of his country's plight. But no, rugby tackled. He's lost all control of his legs. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. Oh, Robert Plant. Don't knock Robert Plant over, for fuck's sake. That's Robert Plant now, isn't it? I mean, what kind of a bellend do you have to be? That man is nearly as old as me.
Easy.
Good old Robbie. Robbie Planto. I don't know why I said that. I've never met him before. We're not on first name terms. He's Robert Plant. Sir Robert of Plant. Anyway, I think it's quite obvious, isn't it? Observe the boundaries or get wiped out. Words to live by, not just in music. What am I talking about? Politics? Maybe. What of it? Justin Hawkins writes again. And don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and watch one of these 2 videos. I love you! But, from a distance.